Donald Trump did an interview with Politico that just came out. I have gone through the best bits to bring you so you don't have to watch it. It's a pretty long interview. And something that I realized is the reason why he agreed to do this interview, Politico, which is, it's not right wing, but it's not like MAGA media, but it's also certainly not extremely liberal. But the reason why he said he's doing this, I swear to God, it's because they gave him another fake award. So we saw that that FIFA gave Donald Trump a peace prize and it made him show up to a ceremony. Well, we're learning too that Politico put Donald Trump at the top of its upcoming annual most influential people in Europe. Trump participated in an interview for the series because of that. And he even went as far as to say, why would I talk about that to Politico? I'm doing this because you picked me as the man for Europe, and I thought it was an appropriate thing to do. And as Nate Silver said here, speak for yourself. Politico's most important person in Europe list has long been a seminal event for some of us. Okay, so let's go through this. So Donald Trump was asked about the Pope, saying what he's doing is inhumane.
To your agenda, I want to ask about what the Pope has said, which is he has called your immigration actions inhumane. Do you take that seriously from the Pope?
I haven't seen that. Maybe he has. He also didn't like the wall. They didn't like the wall. The wall turned out to be great. I built a wall that stopped people from flooding. And I didn't put up the wall. I built the wall. The wall. Nobody talks about that. It's
to your agenda.
So going unnoticed in this clip is that Donald Trump is referencing two different popes. So one pope did not like the wall, but this other pope says what Donald Trump is doing is inhumane. So Donald Trump can't even remember who the pope is. And he also said this about prices.
Here's what she said about the economy. She said, quote, groceries, utility, insurance, and the basic cost of running small business keep rising faster than wages. She also says that not enough is being done. Mr. President, this is one of your supporters.
Okay, good. And I love her because you said I got an A+ on everything, I guess. I don't know. But
she's still worried about the economy.
But what you have to understand, the word affordability. I inherited a mess. I inherited a total mess.
Okay, sure. Not true. But even if it were, it's been almost a year since you've been president. How much longer until it's your economy? Certainly a year feels like enough time that you could start to turn the ship around. Instead, your policies have literally made it worse, And our economy sure wasn't working for all people, but it's certainly much better than where it is today.
Prices were at an all-time high when I came in. Prices are coming down substantially. Look at energy. You and I discussed before the interview, energy. Energy has come down incredibly. When energy comes down, everything, because it's so...
You let me know, but is your energy bill for your home higher than it was a year ago or lower? Now, one of the reasons why it's higher is because AI companies are using these data centers that take up all of our energy and making it cost more. Donald Trump is backing AI and not backing you.
Much bigger than any other subject. But energy has come down incredibly. Prices are all coming down. It's been 10 months. It's amazing what we've done. If you think of gasoline a gallon.
It's amazing. It's the one thing that he can't lie his way through. He can lie his way through a lot of political problems, but people know what things cost. People know when they have more or less money in their bank account. And so he can keep lying. It just makes it worse. It makes him seem even more disconnected from the normal person. And as Aaron Rupar says here, something you have to understand about Trump and his weird comments about the economy is that the dude hasn't paid for anything like a normal person in decades, never pumps gas, never buys groceries. So he's completely and utterly out of touch with what life is like for most of us. And I think that's for most politicians. I wasn't planning on saying this, but I think the anxiety of lack is something most politicians just don't fully understand. They don't know what it means to not know how you're going to pay for everything you need to pay for in the month. They don't know what it means to have to decide how you're going to spend your money for your kid. Your kid wants so many things and you can only provide a certain amount of things for your child. They don't know what it means when you can't afford healthcare. And when you can't afford healthcare, you don't have it. I am very lucky that I have healthcare now, but I went most of my adult life without it. And it is a specific type of humiliating feeling when you are sick and you have to decide, all right, am I sick? Am I so sick that I have to go to the doctor's office? Or is this the type of sickness where if I just stay home for a couple of days, it'll get better? And that's how we end up with policies where people like Donald Trump think that things are doing fine when we all know that they're not. They're not. Anyways, that's why he graded his economy this way.
Pretty good.
But I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home. And I wonder what grade you would give
A plus.
Economy. A plus.
Yeah, A plus, 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 plus.
Well, it's interesting.
Pretty good.
But I do want to talk about.
Would you give Donald Trump's economy an A plus, 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 plus? Let me know in the comments. What would you grade Donald Trump's economy? Please be fair, but do let me know. Now, Donald Trump was also asked about the fact that he pardoned the former president of Honduras, who is a drug trafficker. Whoops, sorry. Let's go back to that. And here it is.
I would.
You pardoned former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez and let him out of prison, even though he was convicted in a massive international drug trafficking scheme. How is that zero tolerance on drug trafficking?
Well, I don't know him, and I know very little about him.
Why would you be pardoning someone you don't know? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. That should be a scandal in of itself. The President of the United States is using the pardon power against criminals he doesn't even know.
Then people said it was like a Obama-Biden type setup where he was set up. He was the president of the country. The country deals in drugs like probably you could say that about every country. And because he was the president, they gave him like 45 years in prison. And there are many people fighting for Honduras, very good people that I know, and they think he was treated horribly, and they asked me to do it, and I said, I'll do it.
Do you think that?
Do you think he got paid money? I think he's getting paid so much money to do these pardons. He's done, I think, more than 1,600 pardons, either 1,200 or 1,600 pardons in just his first year. And that dwarfs the amount that Obama, Biden, even Trump 1.0 did by multiples.
Send the wrong message to
drug
dealers? No, I don't
think so. Look, I think, when you weaponize government, they've weaponized their government just like they did over here. I'm one of the people that survived, but they weaponized the government. We had the most weaponized government. Our election was rigged. They went after me. I was impeached twice. I was indicted. They indicted me. I came out good. Here we are in the White House. Things are looking nice, but they were vicious, and they are.
Donald Trump went on to say this about the elections being rigged, and I think this is something we got to pay more attention about.
I think
think of it. If our election wasn't rigged, it was a rigged election. Now everyone knows it. It's going to come out over the next couple of months too, loud and clear, because we have all the information there. But if the election wasn't rigged and stolen, you wouldn't even be talking about Ukraine right now.
I think
So he's going to be coming out with more information about the rigged election. I do think that is really interesting that the 2020 election was rigged against him, and not one person has ever been indicted about it. Not one shred of evidence has ever come out to show that the 2020 election was rigged. Not one scheme has been revealed by Donald Trump's FBI or DOJ. I look forward to that. Why? Because it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Okay, well, that's all I got for now. I will be bringing you more as we get it, and thanks for watching. Bye.